Traders Live podcast.
Good morning, Marto. 5th of the 12th, a Tuesday today. Obviously, big news for us that we'll cover a bit later. RBA rate decision this morning, today. And just a quick look at what happened overnight, mate. We had the XJO up 58 points, futures sort of closing slightly negative at -7 points. Looking overseas, we had the S&P sort of off 35 points and the FTSE off 16 points. So good morning to you. And how are you this fine Tuesday?
I'm good, mate. Getting ready for a big RBA Tuesday.
Yes, yep. Mate, quickly reflecting on the Oz 200 yesterday, with the theme of what we were saying was mean reversion. It looks like we were back to regularly scheduled programming on that yesterday. Just a quick word on yesterday's Oz 200 session.
Yeah, it was taken by surprise a little bit by that that big move, the first 15 minutes, topping in probably the first hour and a half. I think we topped, but yeah, that's kind of I was expecting a little bit of a bump, but yeah, interesting move. I think we had a 50-point move from high to low. So yeah, as we said, mate, we were kind of expecting it to finish back close to open. So yeah, some good opportunity there anyway with that spike.
There's another interesting thing in the morning, not really related to anything we cover, but obviously gold had this amazing spike up in the morning. I think it touched 20-year highs, and that's since been rejected, and it's off. It gave up everything that it opened upwards.
Yeah,
so
it was strange, wasn't it?
yeah,
So
that was
obviously kind of driving our market in the morning, but I think the kind of end of day outcome was fairly predictable.
Yeah. Now turning our attention to today's session, RBA interest rate day. What words of wisdom do you have for me around what to expect there?
It's a bit of a tough one. Like you can obviously play the straddle on the announcement and go with the move, but generally it's a bit of a lottery. The thing that I'm looking at this morning is that obviously we're opening the futures pricing in about 45 points. I think it is lower, which is a little unusual. So when you kind of look back at history, we don't really move a great deal in terms of an end of day move. So generally we're looking at like an arc of rally up into the announcement and then kind of finish back near open. That's kind of what's happened in the past. But yeah, hopefully we get some I guess a gap or pre-market move that kind of gives us a little bit better indication of where the price action is.
Yeah, no, that's good. So that's at 2:30 daylight savings time there, and the market as a consensus is sort of pricing in no move, but there's no real benefit in terms of trading and in just going in for a speculative play, because you're either side with the speculation and where it's moving or not. So trade rather than gamble would be my advice around
good
that.
Disclaimer, mate. Yeah, but just as a general point, days like this when the market's waiting for something that's fairly well known, I'd probably be leaning long, just as a very, very general point. And you get that certainty, and that's when people come back into the market once they're 100% sure that what they were expecting is played out. So, but yeah, we'll see anyway.
Yep. Yeah, cool. And then in terms of news, overnight we've got US job openings as well as PMI and ISM numbers at around 2 a.m. daylight savings time over in the US in the following morning. So that's something to look out for in terms of potential market movers. You got anything on that you want to add?
Not really, mate. The PMIs will be an important one. I think we fall about 85% of the time into those. So potential short, we'll get a drift maybe down today. But again, looking back on days where we kind of fall into that announcement, we do get a rally. So we'll just see, again, how the price action plays out.
Awesome, mate. And then tomorrow, GDP for us. Is there any other thing I just wanted to quickly add? But obviously we'll touch on that more tomorrow when we get to it. We'll get through today first. But no, that's great. I think that'll do us for the morning and probably give people a lot to think about and a lot to plan for. So awesome.
Thanks, Jokes. Happy trading, mate.
Easy, mate.
Cheers.
Likewise. See you, mate.